Hey everyone, it's me, Patchdam Bogad, your one and only. Welcome to my channel and this video. Um, Today we're going to speak about signs and synchronicities. I find that to be actually a really good topic because not only do you have a lot of new age getting into it, I believe too within an esoteric way within the left hand path. For those who are still new and you're trying to understand and figure out um, how could you read a sign and synchronicity? Are they the same thing and things of that nature? Well, let's think of it this way: they're not the same exact thing, but they work hand in hand. It's like the word genius and smart. They sound the same, but they're not. You get what I'm trying to say? Is like one is of a higher, like a higher tier, whereas the one is a lot more lower in tier. But yet, by knowing the difference between the two, you become better off. Like for example, if something is a synchronicity, we're talking about a pattern. When we're talking about a sign, it's something that I like to say, and I put my 2 cents in it. Is it's something that is right in front of you, and it resonates with you. Mind you, with the pattern, with the synchronicity, that also resonates with you. But a sign to me is like seeing a feather on the floor. You know, a feather like a bird's feather, and with that one, it takes a little bit of introspection, meaning, what does that mean to you? How do you interpret that? And what I mean by that is look at the very notion that, like for example, if I look at a feather on the floor and I'm walking, um, I see that more of a spiritual teacher, because that's pretty much how I interpret it. Because I think of like a Native American and those who have feathers, they're usually like the leader of the particular group, or the one who pretty much take the lead in something, especially either it be like witchcraft or shamanism. It's all somewhat the same thing, but that's how I would interpret seeing a feather, and that would help me to appreciate that. That's how my daemon or my patron sees me personally, and that's what I'm doing now. As a spiritual teacher, someone that wants to help individuals, like I'm doing right now. That's what that means to me. Now everyone is different. It's perspective, but that's a sign. But a synchronicity, it's more like synchronicities are like directives. What I mean by directives, it's like as you're driving your vehicle, you're gonna have that stop line. Obviously, it's telling you to stop, while the next sign will tell you to slow down. When you follow synchronicities, they're simply saying you're on the right track. The way you're thinking, the way you're feeling, all of that is in alignment to what your true will is. No wonder when I get up every day and I hear a phrase or something that is a pattern, it helps me to appreciate that I'm in alignment with my true will, and I'm able to think in terms of, okay, I know, like, I'm not going to get it right now at this moment. It can happen. Anything could happen, and it can happen at any moment, but I do know for sure I am on the right track. I just have to keep on doing what it is that I do, so that I could go ahead and I could just um, either do a lot more than what I'm doing. You get what I'm trying to say? You work with it, because those synchronicities will actually direct you in that kind of way, so that you know if you're off or not. And that's pretty much like the difference between the two. I remember when I was starting out in the left hand path, and like most people, I would, I came to Satan to, to ask for prosperity. So I did this spell. Satan agreed with it, and on my own, I thought of, perhaps I could win the lottery. Now you probably heard in my other video where it didn't work out that way, because Satan had something else in plan. In other words, it wasn't the lottery that he had in mind for me. That's something that I thought of. So I've learned along, in time, that that wasn't best for me. There's dozens of opportunities to get prosperity from your particular daemon or Patreon. But when I thought about seeing lottery tickets, people talking about the lottery, yeah, it's synchronicity. That's helped me to appreciate like what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing. I'm on the right track, you know. And don't get it twisted. You have people in the workforce, companies. If there's anything that they would suggest their agents, they would suggest a little bit of that new age, meaning the law of attraction, which I do believe. Like the karma. What comes around goes around. What you put into the universe, you're gonna, you know, have it come back to you. And I believe in the manifestations and things of that nature. It's no different than what I'm doing in the left hand path. Um, but they really do teach agents that even though it's may not seen as magic in their viewpoint, but it's more like goals. So in other words, they see the power behind synchronicities or the law of attraction, where if you think in terms of what your end game is, your goal, and you work towards it, things will fall into its place. But of course, they don't see it as magic because these are the people that are without. These are the people that, um, either they like it or not, they're practicing magic, but really it's really subjective to the person. Either they believe it or not. It's really up to them, and that's pretty much how that goes. But by me bringing that up, it should help you to appreciate that it is very much effective, because if you have a car in mind that you want to buy, for example, and you visit the car dealer, you see it, you got inside, and you're thinking about buying it, and you leave the parking garage, and then every so often you see that car driving by. Yeah, it's synchronicities. You know, that's something that's very helpful, but at the same time, try to work toward that goal. It doesn't make any sense that the synchronicities within itself are occurring. Work towards it. So that just goes to show that you're taking the inspired thought, in mind, meaning you're considering it, and now you're going to take that inspired action. And inspired action simply means that you're going to wait for the opportune time, and mind you, as you're working according to what your true will is, then that synchronicity is going to lead you to the full on experience of that manifestation. Now, I know this is one of my shortest videos, but it's still something that I wanted to throw out there so individuals could understand the difference between signs and synchronicities. Here's some movies that could really help facilitate what signs and synchronicities are, like from Jim Carrey, Bruce Almighty, or The Truman Show, which is fantastic and showing exactly what that's all about. And, constantly edify yourself in learning so that you could benefit, and that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm all about. And I just want to help you guys out. You guys are a spiritual family. So, as usual, when I end videos like this, just smash the like button. And if you want to hear more of my content, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot, and I love you all. Have a good one. See you. Bye.